Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we have an update on the Rooster Teeth situation. Ryan Haywood is leaving. He's actually admitted that, that was him in the videos. He said he didn't do anything illegal, but he's leaving to help rebuild his family.
Yeah, for someone, if it was all untrue, why would he do that?
Yeah, so we knew something happened last night. This was posted 5 or 6 hours ago. We had a bunch of Rooster Teeth defenders pour in like clowns out of a clown car last night into our comment section on our previous videos, saying that we were lying, it's not true,
Well, most of the time they're just making fun of me.
Yeah, most of the time they're making fun of Geeky because
that just fixes your case and makes it completely accurate if you make fun of somebody else. But yeah.
Right. So it turns out that Haywood is leaving, that the allegations, at least in part of that it was him in those videos, are true. That's one of the two Rooster Teeth personalities. The other one is Adam Kovic. Now his situation is a little more complicated because allegedly, the videos and photos in question were obtained via catfishing, that someone was posing as an underage fan, and that's how they obtained the videos from him. Now his wife has made kind of a statement, which is really freaking weird, but we're going to see where this goes. So before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We do cover the animation industry a lot of times, which is why we're covering Rooster Teeth, because we've never seen an animation studio blow itself up in such a spectacular fashion.
Yeah, and like we cover Disney. And we're saying that.
I know, right? It's pretty bad. So many news outlets are covering it this morning that Ryan Haywood is leaving.
Are they all liars too?
They must be. They must be liars too. Is Ryan Haywood leaving Rooster Teeth? YouTuber wants to rebuild his family.
I'm sure he does, because I'm sure his wife was very upset. I know I would be.
Yeah, so Ryan Haywood has addressed fans on Twitter with a leaving message explaining his departure from Rooster Teeth. There have been multiple rumors erupting across social media, particularly Twitter, as to why Ryan Haywood is leaving. Here's the lowdown. They talk about what he's done. Is he leaving? Yes, Ryan Haywood is leaving Rooster Teeth. He released the news on his Twitter account yesterday at about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that's a little late, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always after hours.
Yeah, it is.
Ryan explained that he will be leaving Rooster Teeth as he has made some mistakes. The streamer did not go into detail on the mistakes he has made, but did acknowledge that they are his consequences to deal with. This could be the reason that the comments section is disabled for people to make remarks on the original tweet. Ryan seemingly addressed the recent rumors in his statement on Twitter and confirmed that nothing he did was illegal. In the tweet he stated, "I do want to say emphatically, I never did anything illegal." So he's admitting he was in the videos.
He's admitting he might have cheated on his spouse, but he was saying none of it was illegal. Because it's not illegal to cheat on your spouse. It's a douchey, shitty, crappy thing to do, but it's not illegal.
Right. This has not been confirmed. They said this is the reason that he speculated the reason he left from Rooster Teeth. He's not going to come out and say it. I mean, come on. Even if Rooster Teeth terminated him, they're not going to say why exactly. They're just going to be like, well, we wish him luck. Goodbye. Because right now, Rooster Teeth is being watched by Warner Media. Okay, Warner Media has made damn sure that there's no toxic work environments. I guess that's their big thing. They're like, anybody who's not getting their house in order is going to get gone.
Right, and they've made, massive push for this. It's been all over the media. They are making it like their mandate mission now to get rid of anything that's considered toxic.
Yeah, and this is just bad press. And this is the thing that blows my mind about Rooster Teeth, is just the constant bad press. I mean, for the last year and a half, 2 years, it has been nothing but bad press with this company, which is sad. It really is. But we've had, started out with people getting laid off and the poor working conditions, the crunch time. Then we had a massive layoffs. We had people leaving. We have founders leaving. We had the one executive last year was found guilty of beating his wife. And now we got this situation. Mm-hmm. It's a dumpster fire.
Innocent people don't just leave.
No.
We're all for, innocent until proven guilty, But he said, yeah, I did it. Now, what he's not admitting to, of course, is that there was anything illegal, meaning underage people involved. But he is admitting that he did these things, just not in an illegal way.
Right. So other Rooster Teeth fans believe that the photos are fake, as there's little evidence to support the identity of the people.
You've seen the one clip of the video. Was it fake to you?
If it was a deep fake, it was pretty deep. All I know is I saw Adam Kovic's face in somebody else's ass, and why anybody would go to the trouble of deep faking 400 videos to get rid of a live streamer.
I have no idea.
That doesn't even make sense. If you're gonna do that, go for like an A-list celebrity or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, but there were people that were like, oh my God, they're just deep fakes. And people are just like, they're trying to get rid of Rooster Teeth personalities. They're the pro-Vic people are trying to take out their revenge on.
The only thing that anybody ever said
Rooster
about
Teeth.
Vic was that the fact is there was a double standard in how it was handled. That's all anybody has ever said.
Yeah, there was no concrete evidence of, and again, the difference is, and we said this before, Vic Kneon was a freelance voice talent. Mm-hmm. These guys are staffers, but there was no concrete smoking gun that Vic did anything wrong, where in this case, there's tons and tons and tons of videos. Now the only question is, who was in the videos and how old were the people?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, is it illegal for them to make these videos? No. Was it smart? No.
No. It's really not.
But did they do anything illegal? That's the question. We don't know. So anyway, continue. Go ahead and read his post.
Okay, so just FYI, Ryan has a wife and 2 children, and touches on the fact that he wants to focus on rebuilding his family in his goodbye tweet. This is what he said. He said, "I made mistakes and will be leaving Rooster Teeth to focus on rebuilding my family and life." Doesn't sound like somebody who's
completely innocent.
Completely innocent to me. "I'm sorry to anyone I've hurt. I do want to say emphatically that I never did anything illegal. The consequences of my actions are mine to deal with. Please stop harassing and threatening my family."
Yeah, I'm going to say something about this. You should be never harassing and threatening people's family over things they did. You shouldn't be harassing and threatening them either. But, his wife, I'm sure, is already beyond upset and devastated. She does not need that on top of it, especially if there's small children involved or just kids in general. Kids are always off limits. And I am, as a wife myself, if something like this happened, I would be dealing with that, and I don't think I could take all the other stuff on top of it. She had nothing in it, so just leave her the heck alone.
Yeah,
we don't approve of that, nor do we approve of doxing.
No,
ever.
And, I'll have a little anecdote about something that happened. To me personally.
Not him. He didn't do it.
No,
somebody
no.
He worked at the job he was at.
Just very, very quickly, because I can't imagine what the family is going through. Like, dad's leaving his job or quitting his job or whatever, and oh my God, this is why. Years ago, there was a company I worked for that had a marketing department, and they called me, and I'd freelanced for them for a number of years, and they called me up out of the blue one day and said, "Hey, can you come in and basically be the substitute art director until we hire another art
I don't know why
director."
they couldn't just hire you as art director. That always bugged me. But anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? It's too expensive. That's
too expensive. Most likely what it was.
Yeah, I know what the problem is. That was too expensive. So anyway, I said, yeah, I can come in for a month or two, whatever I was there, and didn't ask any questions, and they were happy to have me in. And I already knew some of the people that worked in the art department because I'd freelance for them, and it was kind of a weird situation. I knew the previous art director. And, after a week or so, people were kind of like, "So did they tell you why he left, why he got gone?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't ask any questions. I'm just here doing my thing." And so the one employee was like, "Well, he was," and this is like right before Christmas this happened, he was handling his package in front of the female employees at the company on company time during work hours, right out in the open. Multiple times.
And then he would just do it while he knew they were looking at him.
And the boss did not believe. There were other female workers who actually went to the boss and said, "Hey, this guy's creeping." And they
that's more than creeping.
Yeah.
He's fondling his friends in front of the women.
Fondling his friends. And anyway, they fired the one woman because they said that, how dare she level accusations against him because this guy was a deacon at their church.
He was at their big wig at their church.
Yeah, so they were like, well, he couldn't possibly. He's a man of God. He couldn't possibly do that. So anyway, the one employee who I knew, she got fed up and she went and bought a little camera and put it in her Christmas cactus and caught him in the act. And yeah, they fired him like 2 days before Christmas. And can you imagine going to your family right before Christmas and having to explain to them why you lost your job?
And it's not something that he can lie about because they all know each other, so it was going to come out either way.
Phrasing.
Yeah, there's no other way to phrase that.
But yeah, I mean, it was a small town, and everybody knew everybody, and it was like, yeah, I mean, so I can't imagine what families going through. We're going to talk about Kovic's wife here in a little bit, because Kovic his situation is a lot more complicated, because in the case of Haywood, they knew he was in the videos. They don't know who he was in the videos with or what age. But in the case of Kovic, the allegation is that that material was obtained via catfishing, somebody pretending to be underage, and potentially some of the people involved in those videos. Potentially, possibly, maybe. That is the allegation. So his situation, I think, is a lot more complicated.
Well, if nothing else, this teaches you never, ever, 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 ever tape yourself doing this stuff and put it on your phone or Google Drive or whatever, because anybody can access it. It's just a really dumb move. And my next question is, did Haywood know that he had the videos?
I don't know. I mean, that's what blows my mind. You know, we talk about this.
Why would you want to see your friend doing? I mean, I don't know why you have the videos of him doing stuff too. I just don't understand that. But that's their kink. That's up to them.
Look, I got a funny filter. Look, I put a dog face on this girl's ass. Isn't that funny? No, I don't understand. Like, again, you know, so many e-celebrities. We saw this with, you know, Pro Jared and stuff too, that like, even if they're not doing anything illegal, it's not smart. Being a notable person, you don't have to be Chris Evans, right? But being a notable person, putting that kind of material on your phone is asking for it.
Well, the difference with Chris Evans was, well, one, he owned up to it too. Was, I think, as far as I understand, it was just a nude of himself. It wasn't like it was just a sharing nudes.
Right.
This goes beyond that.
Yeah, this was 400.
You can verify
400 photos.
Why you look at that? I do not know.
Somebody, well, it said spoiler. I was like, holy God! And I clicked the spoiler tag, and it just play. I was like, oh my God. Multiple people on 4chan and Kiwi Farms are actually pouring through every one of these videos.
Well, it's funny to me the way that places are presenting it is, well, it's from 4chan, so it's almost like, well, they don't mention every place else that's showing up. It's just 4chan. Like that somehow diminishes or dismisses the issue because it was on 4chan. So
yeah, we're gonna talk about that too, because that's what was. And it's so funny because they talk about Reddit being like, this is a politically motivated thing. I'm like, Reddit was banning, we talked about that yesterday. That right there sent off all kinds of red flags. Any talk about this situation was being banned on Reddit. Like, you were not allowed to talk about
Well, that's the go-to anymore. If a place like Netflix was banning all the cuties talk and everything else, if they don't want to hear it, basically we're going to do what we're going to do and don't care what the fans say. That's what they do.
Because I think Rooster Teeth full well knows where they're at with Warner Media. They know that, like, if this gets out to the bigwigs, this is not good. They've already got somebody from outside, from Warner Media, coming into Rooster Teeth, pouring through all of their old content, partially, I think, because of LeVar Burton's daughter saying that it was a toxic work environment. And then we had lots of former employees coming out and saying about crunch time and all this other stuff. So they're absolutely being watched by Warner at this point, and having this come out right now after they made some big statement about, like, hey, we want a safe work environment for everybody, and we want everybody to be cool.
Well, even if something is not illegal, if it looks bad, if it is bad, if it's unethical or it looks bad, they still will use it as grounds to get rid of somebody. They're like, well, it might not be illegal. It might not be illegal. That's up for debate. At this point, I'm just going to assume that they're innocent, that it isn't illegal until it's proven otherwise, because we don't know the ages of the people. However, being illegal and being something shitty aren't necessarily the same thing. And you know, they've terminated people or restructured the Ellen Show and things for less. It wasn't illegal on some things there either, but they still restructured it because it looked bad on the company. So, you know, that's not going to save them. Not being illegal might not be enough to save people from repercussions.
And that's the thing. Rooster Teeth is not a privately owned company anymore. They're owned by Warner Media. You know, Rooster Teeth 2020 is not Rooster Teeth 2012. And so whereas this might have gone under the radar years ago when they were just kind of doing their own thing. It's definitely not going to. Definitely not this year. This is coming from Monsters and Critics, and there are no comments on this. We didn't have 300 people funnel in overnight and leave a bunch of nasty comments on this article.
Mostly mocking them and saying they sound funny.
Yeah, right. That's their go-to. Like they can't argue with what you're saying, so they argue with.
They make fun of me mostly because that automatically makes their point valid.
Funhaus star Adam Kovic's wife responds to leaked nudes. Rahul Kohli reveals feud with Adam. Yeah, we talked about that before. Former Funhaus contributor had some very harsh words for Adam on Twitter. Had nothing to do with this situation. He just did not like the guy. So we're gonna, this happens.
I think it basically was, imagine that the guy's a dick and he did something crappy. It was kind of like what he was saying.
Right. And anytime a situation like this happens, you're gonna have people's enemies come out in droves.
Right.
And the knives are gonna be out and all that. And this happened. We saw this happen with Vic Mignogna too, where the allegations came out, and then everybody that ever had a grievance with him for whatever reason from now until like 10, 20 years ago, all of a sudden started dogpiling.
But what always was funny to me was when that happens, whether it be that situation, other situations, when all the enemies come out, usually it's proven that they were just as bad, did just as bad things. So you're better just keep, just wait and see what's going on. If it doesn't involve you, don't involve yourself,
right. Because that's the thing. Because you basically, at that point, you're just putting a spotlight on yourself.
Right. And then everybody's going to investigate you and find your secret hidden trove of videos. So you're probably better just not to say anything. Anyway.
Rooster Teeth star Adam Kovic of Funhaus fame and Ryan Haywood of Achievement Hunter have had alleged nude photos leaked online, with both being accused of cheating on their wives. And Haywood admits it.
Again, not illegal, but a pretty shitty thing to do.
Right. And if it were, consenting adults and it was just their private business, that's one thing. Where it's getting complicated is, again, the allegation of how this material was obtained and that it might not have been legal.
Right. And to that, we're just going to say innocent until proven guilty because we don't know.
Kovic has set his Twitter on private. As we previously reported, Haywood announced a statement. He's leaving Rooster Teeth. So the images allegedly showing Kovic and Haywood were shared on 4chan along with several other online forums, Kiwi Farms actually being the big one, not linking there because they do have their addresses and phone numbers.
Yeah, which we never agree with. Don't ever dox people. It's not necessary.
That has nothing to do with the situation. But they said that there are multiple unproven allegations, including everything from soliciting minors, cheating, and sending nudes to young fans. According to some reports on Reddit, many of the accusations appear to be politically motivated and are completely unfounded. However, two sources familiar with the leak claim the images do appear real. I can tell you, yes, I unfortunately saw Adam Kovic's face in between the ass cheeks of someone else, and I can't unsee that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Rahul Kohli blames Adam Kovic for Funhaus departure. He said he hasn't been part of the Funhaus family for over a year, and he refuses to make further content with them. So blame Adam Kovic and fuck Adam Kovic. Well, somebody was. Oh, and it ain't got shit to do with the nudes.
Basically, he was a dick before the nudes.
Right, and this is, look, we see this too. A lot of times people's personal behavior, sometimes it takes a while to catch up to them. But you see that, when you look back in retrospect, you see that, oh, okay, this is just kind of the person they were. We just didn't see it, or it was glossed over, or whatever. Spill the tea, bro. Well, Adam Kovic blocked him. Ask your boy. He blocked him. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Jess Kovic, Adam's wife, came out, but she made a really weird statement. She said Adam's wife, Jess Kovic, appeared to respond to the leaked images with a tweet promoting her merch store, saying, since you're all so interested in me right now, just buy my merch. She has not released an official statement on the allegations, but appears to still follow Adam on Twitter. She reportedly appears in some of the images shared online. That's true. Supposedly they had her in her back.
So she might be completely fine with it. Who knows?
She might be. People were like, did she know she's being filmed? Did she know she's being taped?
Well, clearly she's not upset about it. So that's her decision.
In shock, and she's like, buy my merch because I'm getting a divorce.
I don't know. She's not saying. I mean, whatever her reasoning is, that's where she's standing, and that's her right to do so.
So yeah, the videos and pictures have not been independently verified. That is true. We don't know who all is involved. Adam has been also accused of cheating on his wife with a fan. He's yet to make a statement. His situation is a lot more complicated because, again, as I understand it, it was those videos and photos were obtained via catfishing him.
By posing as an underage individual. But that's not the same thing as being an underage individual. And that's not the same thing as, having a relationship with an underage individual. So that's the crux of it right there, guys. And that's what we don't know. Yeah. So to that, we're just going to have to say innocent until proven guilty. I mean, with Ryan, he admits that, yeah, I did stuff I shouldn't have done. But up and down, I didn't do anything illegal. So, it lends a little more credence to the idea that it's probably just poor choices and not, illegal ones. But we'll have to see. We don't know. And I don't think we'll ever know for sure because they're not going to announce it. Rooster Teeth isn't going to be like, hey, guys, guess what? Yeah, this one was this age and this one was that age and this one was, they're not going to do that.
One of the stars of our big streaming show was having inappropriate relations with it. Yeah, they're not going. These companies don't. But
short of it going to court and there's information released from there, we're not going to know.
No, and again, Warner just right now, Rooster Teeth is I understood it to be this way last year because of all the allegations of the crunch time and all that stuff. That Rooster Teeth was not in a very good place with Warner Media then. That they were kind of looking at them like, yeah, you guys are like our problem children, and they got rid of Machinima for a lot less.
Right.
And Kovic actually I think is from Machinima. But
I'm to the point where if it's constant, issues, constant scandals, constant problems, and Warner put out these big statements, they put this big show on about how they're not putting up with it anymore. Yep. I can't think they're going to let this go on much longer.
No, I'm telling you guys, we're watching the death of Rooster Teeth in real time. As I understood it last year from people who used to work for Rooster Teeth.
That's not true. You are making it up because your wife has an annoying voice.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anything you say is completely irrelevant because,
Yeah, that's right. That invalidates,
any argument you have because I don't like your channel, so it doesn't make it true.
I love how people are like, we were just strolling along at 3:00 in the morning, and we just happened to come across this video, all 300 of us.
At the same time.
At the same time.
It was just an accident.
It was like, whoopsie doopsie.
But yeah.
But as I understand it, even last year, there was talk about rolling Rooster Teeth into Cartoon Network. And basically just, having, retiring the brand and just being like, we'll run RWBY on Adult Swim, we'll run, Genlock on HBO Max, but we're going to fold these people into, our Hollywood productions.
Well, honestly, these guys made a mistake. If they were going to have these videos anyway, it should have just gone OnlyFans. Then they could have made money on it.
Right? Yeah, you could totally. I mean, there are so many people out there standing these guys that...
Yeah, if you put this on OnlyFans, you would have made a heck of a lot more money.
There you go. Then you can pay alimony because you're probably going to get divorced.
Yeah, leave the poor guy's wife alone. She really, I'm sure, is dealing with so much already, and likely has absolutely nothing to do with it. I mean, it sounds like Kovic's wife was in on it, but and is fine with it. But Ryan Haywood's wife really doesn't have anything to do with it, and you should probably just leave her the heck alone.
All right, so we're gonna, I think, wrap this one up. We'll keep an eye on the situation. Again, we cover Rooster Teeth because I've never seen any company blow itself up as quickly as this company has.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's just absolutely insane. I mean, we're talking like every damn week. There's something going on with Rooster Teeth, and they're living on borrowed time, unfortunately. And you guys don't want to hear it, but the company's only going to put up with it for so long. Mm-hmm. So, wrap it up?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.